I got an email this morning from one of the channel viewers, and she was saying that she wished that she had the stability that she sees other people have. And it got me to thinking, don't you ever feel unsure of yourself? Because I know I do. I look around and I think to myself sometimes that I'm not good enough because we see other people and they're better than we are. It's not true, And it's because what we do is we look at our insides and we compare them to other people's outsides. We look out at that front, the facial figure and everything of someone who appears to be doing well in their life and they appear to be having fun, especially if you look at social media. Everybody uses social media like it's their best of, like it's their compilation album with their greatest hits. And you'll see them going to parties and they'll be there cuddling with kids and having laughs and all that sort of stuff. But the real life matter of it is that isn't the true story. Because we all have things going on in our lives that make us get down a bit, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone has problems. It's just a fact of life. And we think it's all about us. We all do it. We're all selfish in that way. And we beat ourselves up and tell ourselves we're not good enough. And we do things that undermine ourselves because we look at other people and we think they've got everything. And it's not the case. And you really need to know that, I remember as a kid, I've got a cousin, Henry, right? He's 28 days older than me. And my God, when I was a teenager, all the girls used to flock round him because he was better looking than me. He had a car before I did. He had more friends than I did. All these things. And I used to think to myself, God, I'd love to be like him. And it's only in talking to him years and years later, we had the conversation last year about it. And he went, you don't realise, James, how I felt inside. He said, I never felt confident, no matter what. I just put a front on. How about you? Do you feel like that? You have people who look up to you and think that you know it all and you've got it all sussed. And yet you go out there with the same fears as everybody else. Because I know I certainly do. And here's the thing. As we go through our lives, we tend to make mistakes. It's just something that we all do. And as you get older, you should kind of realise that those mistakes that pulled us down and made us feel bad, we overcame them all to get to where we are now. All the failures that you've had along the way, you've overcome them and you are here now. And let me ask you this, right? You look back at something years and years and years ago, which at the time worried you to death. Something had happened, you'd made a mistake, you'd failed at something, and you thought it was the end of the world. And yet you could look back at it now and grin about it. Have you ever done that? I know I have. And it's the same for all of us. We look at these other people and think they're doing fantastic. And guess what? They're just like you, they're just like me. They're winging it. It's not all, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Yeah, there are some super confident people out there, but they haven't got it all sussed. My best friend is miles away from me in financial capabilities. He's worth loads and loads of money. And from the outside, you look at him and he drives a nice car. He's got a lovely business. Everything around him looks lovely. And you think, God, he's got it sussed. I chat to him and I hear the other side of all of that. I hear about all the problems that go alongside all of that. And I've often thought to myself, it's nice what you've got, but you don't have to pay for it in a different way. And I bet he looks at me and thinks to me, oh, I couldn't live on the money that James has. And the fact of the matter is, I think I'm probably happier than he is because I like where I am. I like who I've become. I don't feel overawed by the situations I find myself in anymore. And do you feel like that? Have you got somebody that's close to you who's more successful than you, and yet you being close to them, you get to see the other side of that? Because it's the same for most people. If you're a superstar on the telly and you go out, I was watching a thing about Amy Winehouse the other afternoon and how whenever she went out, she was crowded around by paparazzi. How would you like that in your life? There is so many things that we look to others for. And while we're thinking that that's great, it isn't necessarily. The more successful you are, your problems are just the same problems as mine, but different levels. And it must be the same for stars and people as well. The people that we look up to don't necessarily have it all sussed. All those people that have become successful, what I've learned from most of them is that they've also made more mistakes than I have. They've gone for different things and failed at them. They've tried things that have gone wrong, but they've just done it more than me. And so that success that they get, do you know what I've also found is that those people who are successful still look to people who are more successful and wish they were as good as them. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, this life. We're all the same. And I've got to be honest, we're all winging it. You see that everybody has something that's around them that makes them feel as though they're not as good as they could be. So to those of you who are thinking that, there's no need to, because we all feel like it too. We're just at different levels of it. Someone told me that I look really confident when I do these videos. No, I'm not. I still get nervous every single one that I do. And I'm sure it's the same for you. When you have to step out of your comfort zone, whether it's you're trying something new or you're trying to repair something that's gone wrong, the mistakes that you may have made, it could be all sorts of things. And you've got to go outside your comfort zone to do that and sort it. Doesn't it give you a nervous feeling? Don't you feel worried that you may not be able to get there? Because that's what it's like for everyone. Honestly, is it the same for you? We've all got these things going on, you know. We all feel at times like we're not as good as other people, but you are. You are as good as other people. You have everything that you need in order to move on in life. Don't look at other people and think they're doing so well, because they're probably doing exactly the same thing that you are, but to someone further up the scale or someone where they'd like to be. You're more than capable of going through this life and sorting things out. You've been doing it all the time. You've got to where you are now. And if you think you've got to where you are now without making mistakes, what about when you were a baby and you used to fall over and you kept getting back up so you could walk the next step, and you'd fall over and you'd get back up? Well, that's what you've done the whole of your life. Every time you've had a setback, you've found a way around it and you've moved on. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be where you are now. And if you think that your life isn't great now and you're looking at someone else to see how they're better than you, trust me, it's no different. We may put a confident look on our faces. We may end up faking it till we make it. And that's what I'd suggest you do. If you're feeling that you're not good enough, change that inner dialogue of yours. Stop looking at other people and thinking how they're better than you, because they're not. You have everything inside you. Tell yourself how good you are. Tell yourself you're great at doing this and you're good at doing that. How you get on well with people. People look to you for advice. Even though you're scrabbling about, there are people that look up to you and would like to be where you are. So don't keep beating yourself up about it. What I would do if I was you is click that button there and look at that video, because I'll tell you how to get out of a rut in 7 minutes. I'll see you next time.